All right, guys, I'm here with Dan, who was at the game. Look, it's a 2-0 defeat in our last friendly before we resume for Premier League action on Boxing Day. But still a lot to like about that performance. So how did you see it overall?
Had all the ball, James. Had all the ball, to be fair. And when you lose a game like that, sometimes Juventus they got lucky with the own goal, of course, Xhaka.
Both.
The only chance they had in the second half, they put it away. We had all the ball, but I felt like in parts our final third was just lacking something tonight. And I think it's obvious what it is. All three of them are out, Saka, Martinelli and Jesus. And I think the most disappointing thing for me was that nobody really, in my opinion anyway, from our backups, really took the chance to say, I'm going to be knocking on the door if Saka and Martinelli still aren't ready. We know Jesus is out long term. And I think it just shows more evidence as to we're still a bit short in that area, in my opinion. And I think it's looking likely that we could be doing something in January. But I think that was probably the most disappointing thing for me tonight. I think some of the stuff Eddie was doing was nice. Yeah. Some of the stuff Vieira was doing was nice. Nelson looked a little bit lively until the injury. But then it took, in my opinion, until Kozia Dubry came on to actually see any signs of Saka or Martinelli in the game. Because I think sometimes you need someone to just drive. And that was what he was doing. He was looking really lively. But as you say, that's, for me anyway, I look at the first team at the moment, I see Saliba out, I see the front three out. Otherwise, that's a pretty much strong side. So when you look at the performance overall, perhaps you're a little bit disappointed in certain areas of the game. But again, I thought there was parts of the game that I really liked. So, friendlies, man, you can't look too far into it. But disappointing in the final third tonight.
Well, I thought the press was really good. I thought the intensity and some of the quick feet, the football was good, and largely maybe it just got to a point where ultimately, if you lose your first choice front three, you're going to look like you lack a little bit in the final third, and that comes back to the whole depth thing. But when you had Smith Rowe and maybe a new signing, that's potentially 5 players that can make a difference for the rest of the season.
That's what's needed. I mean, that's evident to me, and it was already evident. I think we were looking in the summer, for me, a little bit short in those areas still. And I think that although we can't go and buy 7 players every transfer window, I think we were that depleted at one stage that's kind of what we needed. Yeah. So it's going to take time. If we look at what Arteta and Edu have done, it's all been from the back. Yeah. And we're just catching up now. And we just got to wait until we get the front men sorted. I think there's rumours of Mudryk, there's Vlahovic, there's Felix, all these names. I don't want to go too far into that. I just know that it's good news because the rumours mean we're going to be looking in those positions, in my opinion. Yeah. Now, I think we need more than that. I think it's the midfield that's still short as well. We see when Partey's not in the team, it doesn't really click in that midfield. Having said that, today we had Partey, Xhaka and Ødegaard all fit in the midfield. The back four is pretty much there apart from Saliba and Ramsdale in goal. It's just that front three, and I felt that was so... I think sometimes we forget how good the front three are this season. They've been unbelievable. Yeah, and I know that all 3 of them are the most exciting 3 in the team. That really showed today, and I think when you look at the backup, it ain't quite there. I think with Eddie, it's a shame for me because I don't mind him missing goals like that, missing opportunities like that in friendlies. But imagine he does that at White Hart Lane. Sure. He ain't going to get the same reaction. The confidence for the kid's going to be killed a bit after tonight. I don't think he was outstanding in parts. There was his touches.
He did have the ball in the back of the net twice, and then unfortunately chalked off. I mean, one was offside probably, but
I think one was offside. I don't know about the other one. I haven't seen the other one back, but head injury. But I don't look at Eddie and think, I don't miss Jesus. Come on, Eddie. And you do miss Jesus. So I think what we need is, we've gone back to the Bentners and Shamaks. That's what Eddie is right now. We need somebody who's a Van Persie that's going to come in my opinion. I don't look at Eddie Nketiah as that guy. That's just me. Some people love him.
I think he's better than that, but I think I get your point that there's an overall, there needs to be someone who's dependably closer to Jesus. And I think that Eddie can get a lot closer, but also he's still young and game time and all that. But I do get what you're saying. I think tonight he was unfortunate, but when that chance comes and you hit the post, it's like, that's a shame because that was a moment.
And I think the confidence will knock him there because he looks to me as a confidence player. Back end of last season, he was flying high. Confidence was great. I haven't really seen that Eddie yet, if I'm honest, this season. I think he's always going to be the player that is going to score the goals in the League Cups. He's going to play well in the Europa League. And when you need him, unfortunately, he's just going to be off of it on some games. And I think if you accept that, then you won't be disappointed. And I kind of have accepted that. He's never going to be a Jesus. He just isn't, in my opinion. I don't think he was shocking tonight by any means. I don't think anybody was actually shocking tonight. I thought the 2 kids that come on,
Yeah, I was going to say, let's end on positives. They look really good.
Like, fair play. I mean, we know a little bit about Nwaneri. Is it? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Nwaneri. Yeah.
Nwaneri. I knew a little bit about him, and I liked I thought he showed some strength for a young kid. I thought he was definitely intense. But that Kozia Dubry, he looks all right, you know.
Yeah,
I was really impressed because I like it when players drive. I like when players come and show intense energy. And what I liked about his performance was actually he was not afraid to take on some strong players, and he was tiny. He was like a Tariq Lamptey-sized player, you know. So I was really impressed with him, and I think that, you know, to end on a positive, there's definitely signs that there is some kids still coming through. So maybe they're going to be the next two that we see the youth project, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, pleasure as always.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.